And as I was leaving Gary's laboratory, I asked him if he had any words of advice for me, and he said, the one thing you want to make sure you do when you rise to the level of a PhD scientist is to become an expert at something. And so I made it my goal as I entered graduate school and through my career to become an expert in neurodegeneration and signal transduction processes that underlie that process. And that has served me well as I've moved on through working at other companies, and now finally here at the ALS Therapy Development Institute, where we study neurodegeneration as it pertains to ALS.
And I took a job for combustion engineering, which is doing nuclear engineering of power plants for electric boat to build a nuclear sub for the Navy. I was assigned as an assistant to an engineer that was doing heat transfer analysis of the plant. And every situation had to be analyzed. Each of these problems was 64 simultaneous equations, which could only be solved by a time series analysis. And at that time, the only tools we had to work with were really slide rules and desk calculators. It took 3 months to do one problem. A coworker in the company who saw me spending so much time to do a problem was also studying evenings at Rensselaer Polytech Institute and studying the theory of numerical analysis, and they were talking about computers. So watching me spend all this time on one problem, she suggested to me that maybe this new device, a computer, would be very helpful for this kind of repetitive work.
There were numerous lessons. I guess one big one is, try to have whatever you've done be out there, be published in some form or another, just so that you can always point to that and say, here's what I've done. And people that can then look at your work and say, yes, this is somebody who's good and we want on our team.